Could the Earth be entering a mass extinction that could wipe out several species? Well, some scientists say yes, and they say it's because of humankind. Former National Geographic photographer, author, ocean conservationist, and Oscar-winning film director Louie Psihoyos believes the solution starts with us. In his latest documentary, Racing Extinction, he exposes the issues surrounding endangered species and mass extinction. Full Frame caught up with Louie to find out how we need to change the way we live, eat, act, drive, and work in order to create a sustainable Earth.
My name is Louie Psihoyos. I'm in the Save the World business. I started out doing environmental photography, still photography at National Geographic. I loved working for them. It was, I thought I had the best job in the world. We traveled around until I started becoming a filmmaker. The leap from still photography to filmmaking was primarily because I thought it was more interesting. You could tell a more complicated story. I felt I was at the, near the top of my field doing what I did as a still photographer, but without words, without music, it's harder to reach a lot of people. There's something that happens when you put the images up against these buildings. And at St. Peter's in the middle of the day, people were crying. It was just so beautiful. It was a very powerful event. You see the sea of cell phones lighting up. It's extraordinary. People want to document it. They want to share it. They're crying, they're laughing, they're excited. So the films I make tend to make people want to feel. You have to do that right off the bat. The Cove ostensibly is about this one little tiny cove in Japan where they herd up dolphins for the captive dolphin trade, and then they slaughter the rest of them that they aren't using.
They take the boats around to the secret cove that nobody could see. They're afraid of cameras.
With the next film, we really wanted to take on the biggest story in the world. And that's how, mankind is causing the 6th mass extinction on the planet.
What's happening now is unprecedented in Earth's history.
Why would we want to disrupt something that took billions of years to evolve?
We all want to do good. We all want to leave the world a little bit better place, I think, either through your children or your work or whatever. But when you're trying to do massive social change, you need to hit that tipping point.
When you're talking about losing all of nature, it's not a spectator sport anymore. Everybody has to become active somehow.
If you can reach people, you can change them.
We can make this happen. We need people to understand it's worth doing.
My mission is to create social change. If you look at the Cove, Racing Extinction, they're all built, they're all designed to basically be like boot camp for the soul. the oceans. I always wanted to be an oceanographer. So I moved the family down to Antigua, and we lived on the ocean. And I was writing a book, Hunting Dinosaurs. And I'd drop the kids off. I'd go write for 4 or 5 hours. I'd go pick them up, and then we'd go out in the water and dive and fish back then. And it was idyllic. It was one of the best, years of my life. I've been all around the world to some of the best dinosaur sites, digging up dinosaurs with some of the most famous paleontologists of our day. There's a dinosaur named after me. It's called Baby Louie. It was the biggest known dinosaur egg at the time. There was a friend of mine, Charles McGovern, who was, basically preparing these things. One of them had broken open, and they found an embryo, a fossilized embryo inside. And they don't know quite what kind of a dinosaur it was, but it was probably really vicious. Geologically speaking, we're rapidly destroying our life support system on the planet. And I'm not saying we're going to run out of oxygen in our generation, but we're certainly making it harder and harder for everything else to survive. We're trying to mitigate a disaster. We can't rely on our kids to save the planet.